The vampire's moral dilemma, moral orientation in a world full of predators. Vampires lurk in the dark corners of our imaginations, irresistible figures filled with fear and fascination. But beneath the excitement of these supernatural creatures lies a deeper story that grapples with the moral complexities of their existence. The world of vampires isn't just about the lure of immortality and power. It's also an area fraught with moral dilemmas, posing challenges for both the vampire and the society around him. What price does it cost to survive? At the heart of vampire lore is the existential need to survive by consuming human blood. This necessity puts vampires in constant moral conflict. Unlike other predators who kill without regard to moral considerations, vampires are often depicted as beings with human consciousness and emotions who find themselves in a constant struggle between their instinctive need for food and the moral implications of their actions. The ethical dilemma becomes even more acute when feeding methods are considered. Traditional vampire narratives often depict the act as lethal, non-consensual, and a clear violation of human rights and dignity. However, modern interpretations have introduced alternatives such as animal blood or synthetic alternatives, allowing for a more humane approach to vampires. But even these solutions come with ethical questions. For example, in terms of animal rights, does using animal blood put vampires in another moral dilemma? Robber or victim? Another level of complexity emerges when looking into the origins of vampires. In many stories, becoming a vampire is not a choice, but a curse placed on unsuspecting people. This involuntary transformation raises questions about responsibility and victimhood. If the vampire did not cause his condition, is he morally responsible for his actions? Portraying vampires as tragic figures struggling with their predatory nature inspires empathy and blurs the lines between hunter and prey. Human reaction. Ethical considerations extend beyond the vampire to the society that responds to its presence. It is widely believed that hunting and destroying vampires is an instinctive response to their predatory nature, which raises ethical questions. Is it reasonable to condemn an entire species to extinction based on its biological needs, especially when there are alternatives to lethal feeding? The us versus them mentality prevalent in vampire fiction often reflects real-world issues of difference and bias. Through the gray zone, vampire stories are rife with moral ambiguity, reflecting the complexity of real-world moral dilemmas. They challenge readers and viewers to think about the nature of existence, the rights of all living beings, and the impact of our actions on different people. In a world where vampires exist, grappling with the ethics of coexistence and survival will be a delicate and challenging task, filled with gray areas and difficult decisions. In short, the world of vampires is more than just a realm of horror and fantasy as depicted in various stories. It is a mirror that reflects our struggles with moral dilemmas, the nuances of survival and predation, and the complexity of our moral beliefs. As we delve into these stories, we are invited to plumb the depths of moral consciousness and confront the timeless question of what it means to be human in a world filled with predators.